Jellyfish, it's Tracy. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time today to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing my Magic the Gathering wish list. This is for the year of 2023. I've been doing this for the last 3 years or so. I've also done a fantasy wish list on cards that I'll probably likely never own, like a Guy's Cradle and things like that, if you want to check those out as well. But in today's video, we're going to be doing this video, and pretty much how I like to frame these videos is basically talking about them like cards I'd like to pick up ideally this year. And so that's kind of my thought process, and I have specific cards, specific decks. This is not my full wish list. I have my full wish list and it's currently sitting at about 3 pages, and it doesn't even have every single card on here that I'd like. But basically this has cards that I either do not own and I want to pick up, and if I don't mention, everything is in foil. That's my love language, is foil Magic cards. So everything's going to be in foil unless I specify otherwise. There's a special version of a card or something like that. But anyways, that, and then there's also cards on here that I already own, but I would ideally like to get in foil. Now, this is not everything, obviously, because we would be here all day if I was just chatting about every single card that I wanted. So we're not doing that, but this is kind of a general overview of cards I'd like to pick up soon. So I have a general kind of wish list, and then I go into individual decks. So let's just kind of start with the general wish list and cards that I'd like to pick up. So I would like to round out this year and get all the foil Soul Rings that I need. And the one that I personally like is the WPN promo. There'll be pictures here of everything, but this one is the old bordered one, and it's got the swoosh. I feel like there are some that I want to get so I'm picky about art. Sometimes the ones that I want instead is the newer frame, because I feel like some decks it fits with that, but this one is my favorite. So I'd like to get all the Soul Rings that I need this year, and I think I need about 3 of those. I have to look at my different decks and figure out which ones I need, but I picked up a bunch that you guys see in my other haul. But anyway, so that is something that I'd like to pick up this year. I would also like to pick up 2 War Rooms this year. I would like the extended border foil. I would like 2. I want 1 for Angels and I want 1 for Zombies. I think that this card is really, really cool, and we actually opened up a non-foil regular one in one of our boxes. Sorry if you can hear a cat crying. I decided to kick them out of my office. I just wanted some alone time filming. Normally they're in here and they're roaming around. But anyways, so I want to pick up 2 of those. I think this card is really, really great for 0 or 1 mana color decks, because you don't pay a lot of life for them. So I really want to get them. I took the 1 and I put it in Angels, so I'd like to get 2 of those. And then I really want to get the rest of the tri-lands that I need. I want to get a couple of them for ladies. I'm not going to get the full playset for ladies because I already have a full set of fetches and shocks. I think I wanted to get 5 of them, and I believe I already own 3, and I think I wanted to pick up 2 more or so. Or maybe I own 2 and I need to pick up 3. That's what I would like to get. So that's kind of it for my general wish list. Then I've got my Dominaria Remastered wish list, which I talked about in my set overview, so I'm not going to talk about that. So let's just go deck by deck. So decks I'm probably not really going to be touching this year are probably Omnath, Alila, Angels, just because I feel like I don't know, I just feel like a lot of the cards are on the more expensive side, and I tend to operate buying the least expensive cards and then working my way up from that. Moving on to Zombies, I would like to pick up a Nyx Lotus. I want to pick up the media promo of this card, which is not very expensive, so I'll pick this up in probably the next time I order cards. I really like Nyx Lotus. It was so funny. I was actually playing Zombies the other day, and I actually got a chance to tutor, and I ended up getting my Nykthos Shrine to Nyx. I almost got Nyx Lotus though, and I was like, this card is really good. So I do want to pick up a Nyx Lotus, definitely, for sure. Okay, let's move on to Riku. If you guys know Riku, it's my baby. It's probably my next project to foil for sure now that Tasigur is fully foiled. So I mentioned Triland, so I'd like to pick that up. I would also like to pick up an Ancient Tomb. I have decided that this is the year that I'm going to pick up Ancient Tombs. Spoiler alert, but Paul had actually picked me up one for Christmas, which was really, really great. And so what I did is I had one in Angels, and I took the one that I got because it's the Expedition. So I put the Expedition in Angels because it's angel art, and then I took the that one and then I put it in Reen. And I'm like, okay, but I want to get it for like a lot of things. And I would like to pick up like 1 or 2 this year. And I will say I want to pick up 1 for Riku. I think that's the next deck that I would like to pick it up for. So yeah, that's on my list. So another card that I would like to get, this card is really cheap, but I like to get the Goblin Goblin Anarchomancer or whatever. There'll be a picture here, but it's the one that makes your red or green spells cost 1 less. I run this card in Reen and I do really like it, so I wanted to pick it up as well for Riku, and I figured I could copy it, which makes it seem really good. And I would also like to pick up, and one of my friends recommended me this card, is the Riptide Laboratory. And just the base one in foil, because this card is really cool and it helps me protect Riku a little bit, which I'm pretty concerned about doing. So that is that. Moving on to Reen, I would like to get a couple of things for that deck. I would really like to pick up this year a Gisela, Blade of Goodnight. I don't actually have this card. I had this card really long time ago in when I had Kalia, which maybe that should be my next mock deck tech, because I think it would be really fun. I cannot promise that I will make that deck budget though, because I think there's too many good things to that I would feel like I would struggle to make it budget. And then I had the card laying around. I don't think I ever traded it, and I'm pretty sure Paul took it and put it in his Joda deck, which is totally fine. I want to pick up a foil anyway, so that is on my list. I would really like to pick that up this year because it's a little bit more expensive, but I really want to get it. I like to get better at my Roman numerals, but I want to say this is King Darien the 16th. I do not know. 14th? 13th? Someone clarify who knows things about Roman numerals, who's not me, but I like to pick that up on the showcase foil. It's not very expensive, but I would like to pick that up. So other than getting a couple of more pieces for Riku, I would really also like to focus on Grand Arbiter this year. I don't know if you guys are going to be seeing the deck tech before or after this goes up, because I'm pre-filming a bunch of videos, but Grand Arbiter is like my newest project. It's basically like blue-white death and taxes. It's super fun and control. I love it. It's a great time. It's not a great time for my opponents, but it's definitely a great time for me. I do want to focus on this deck quite heavily this year, and a couple of the cards that I actually have on here are not very expensive. So I'd like to pick up a Time Wipe, which is the Planeswalker deck foil, which is like the really cool art. I have this card in Alila, and I really like it, so I want to pick that up. I want to also pick up a Counterspell. I have a Counterspell, but I don't have it in foil, so I'd like to pick up the Modern Horizons 2 foil. I also want to get an Aven Mindcensor, the retro frame foil, because I think this card is really cool, so I want to pick that up. And then one of my personal favorite like death and taxes cards that I feel like people just don't run, and I really don't understand why, is Fatespinner. I have this card in Ladies, and I love this card so much. So I want to get this card in the Mystery Booster foil. And then I would also like to pick up a Negate, super simple. I just want to get this one in the Core Set 2020 foil. And then I also would like to pick up a Mana Drain, because those have dropped significantly in price, and I would really like to pick that up. So yeah, guys, that is it for my wish list. Zelda's like right here, and they're just like trying to like have a good time and trying to have fun, and it's like, okay, go. There we are. Anyways, so that is it. I would really like to know what cards you guys are hoping to pick up this year. And then yeah, like I said, I want to get another Ancient Tomb, and that would definitely go in Riku. And then my second thing, if I got another one, I'd probably go in Omnath for sure, because I played that the other day, and I have so many ways of tutoring for specific lands, and I usually get like Valakut, which is still a really great option, but it's kind of a little bit on like the slower, like that's not usually how I'm killing people with Valakut, you know, so I'd like to get it. So that would be really nice. So yeah, anyways, that is it for this video. Yeah, I think that's everything that I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you're not already, and I'll catch you in my next one.